Okay, here we go again. So we did the first video on how to invest in your own property. So the next steps will be actually going through those steps mentioned there briefly, but we'll go in a lot more detail now. So I have gone and contacted the estate agent already because I had a property in mind, but I'll show you step by step how I got to the property and exactly what my criteria was selecting that property, and then hopefully I can take you through to the property itself to actually have a chat to the estate agent. Hopefully we can video a lot of it. I'll show you some of the ins and outs when we visit the property tomorrow, but that might be in the next video. So it'll give you a brief overview of first steps. So hopefully this will help you. If it does help you or you find it informative, please subscribe. It'll help me a lot. So let's just get into it. Okay, guys, I normally go to Property 24. That's my favorite website. If I'm bored, I basically go on there and also look at dream houses and property that I would like to invest in. So me staying in Rustenburg, I just pop in Rustenburg there. So it gives you that option, Rustenburg Northwest. And we press the search button. So also the next thing I like to do is I like to sort from low to high because I'm looking at the lower end of the market. So we'll just browse through here till we get to the property that I've already earmarked to go and see. So just while we're browsing, just some information. The property market in Rustenburg, the rental property market is quite stable. So that's one of the things you need to check out. Make sure you know what you're getting into. So I've already inquired on the property from the estate agent what the rates and taxes are, what the levies are, what rental income I can get to make sure that if I pay in on the bond or on the property cost, I don't pay in too much. So I want to break even or close to even as quickly as possible. So make sure you are aware what the rental market is like in your area before even chatting to a estate agent. If capital growth is what you're looking for, that you can do, but I'm looking to rent out the property. So this is a property that we had a look at. It's nice. It does not have a lot of maintenance outside because it's all brick, so you don't need to paint the building in a couple of years' time. Not many apartments have built-in braais. This one does. It's got a nice little balcony. So you'll see a little bit of damage down there. Not too much. We could probably chat to the seller and see if we can't get the price down a little bit just to, actually fix that damage. As you can see inside the apartment as well, there's nice bricks, so that part won't need to be painted. So the maintenance cost looks like it'll be pretty low on this unit. So what I like to also look at is if the apartment was total, what it will cost me to actually fix. Say you have a very bad tenant and he actually just doesn't look after the place nicely. So keep that in mind when looking at property, is that you won't always have the best tenant. That's just it. They won't look after things like you would look after it. But again, it's an investment. It's something you need to keep in mind. And after a tenant has left, you can actually fix up at not a huge cost. So that's always what I keep in the back of my mind. You do have the tenant's deposit in the future if something goes wrong. You can actually always fix some of the damage from that deposit if needed. So just some information on the property. See, it's a 1-bedroom, 1 bathroom, 1 parking. Listed, it was in September last year, so maybe they have become a little bit desperate on that. Rates and taxes is 850 Rand. I don't always trust the numbers here, so I've asked them to get me a actual copy of the rates and taxes so we can just make sure our sums work. And we've seen the property now, so we like it. What now? So we go and check just the affordability of it, the purchase price. and what we'll actually pay per month. There's an option of deposit. We're not going to put a deposit in at the moment, but you need about 9,000 Rand to actually afford this apartment. So what's nice about Property 24, they've got all these nice built-in calculators. So we're going to start with the purchase price, and just to show you some options here, if we put in 1,000 Rand, it makes about 100 Rand difference per month. 10,000 Rand, sorry, not 1,000 Rand, 10,000 Rand. So we're not going to work with that. I'll rather put that in later. I'll show you now. So deposit 0. Bond registration cost is something you need to know. That's going to be an upfront cost. They're going to, I wouldn't lend money to actually finance that. I would make sure that I've got that 32,000 Rand somewhere. And if you don't save it up, make sure you don't add additional costs. You want to keep this as lean as possible because you want to make money out of it. Okay, so let's just go back, just some information here at the bottom. We can go through some of the properties that sold in the area. And just if you want to pop the estate agent a mail, there's contact details here, so you can do that if you'd like. But let's just go back to the calculators just to show you exactly what we can do. So this is just the mortgage bond calculator. The affordability calculator, you can pop in your salary and it'll give you an idea of what you can afford and what the banks will probably lend you. It gives you a little bit of a breakup on how they lend money, how home loans are calculated. So let's just go to additional payments. So that 10,000 Rand which we put into the deposit, I would rather put it in here, break it up in smaller numbers. So if we went and said 1,000 Rand, our bond time reduces to 11 years and 4 months instead of 20 years, and we would save 147,000 Rand. So that's quite a big number. So every little bit helps. If we go ridiculous, and 10,000 Rand will basically buy this property in 2 years and 6 months. So it is possible if you have that disposable income. So if you also play with the term, you'll see you can also save more, but you know your total payment will still be quite large because you're taking that amount over a longer time. So again, the bond registration cost is broken down into different categories here. Please be aware of these costs. I was caught off guard with my first property, but try and have this money available. Don't go and lend it. Okay, guys, that's it. Hopefully I can show you the property soon. Looking forward and going on this journey with you.